New World Order, you underestimated the people. You took a gamble and you lost.
Okay, we don't like this. Okay, well then we're going to do this, and that is just how it's going to be.
Evidence brought to light that there is a corrupt officer, or that officer did shoot that kid on purpose.
I don't care how I look, I don't care how I sound, I don't care what the beat is. I just care the message gets across.
Hey everyone, it's the drummer here with the Worldwide Resistance Network, and this is going to be my pilot episode of my own little newscast. Now this isn't to step on the boys' toes over at the Weekly News Report. I just want to see a little bit more Canadian news, so I'm just going to throw out some stuff out there. Alright, and you're going to see a lot of little first episodes and stuff, things like that on my channel that's going to pop up. They're just little pilots, little projects I'm doing, okay? Wow, what a gorgeous, beautiful day here in northern Alberta. The snow is melting and the sun is shining. But I tell you what, my fellow Canadians, enjoy it while you can, because soon you're gonna get fucked. Martial law is coming to Canada. And it's hidden, like everything else is hidden, inside a little thing that we call Bill C-51. The anti-terror bill for our protection and our safety. At least that's what they want you to think. You see, at over 60 pages, Bill C-51 is a very heavy read. Like most things, heavy reads, you tend to miss out on the finer details. So, what I've done is put it in a nutshell. Once again, I don't use scripts. This is just things to keep me on point, because some who watch my videos like to know I jump around a lot. Okay, so here's Bill C-51 in a nutshell, and I'll explain a little bit about each thing. There's six important things you need to know about Bill C-51. First, it gives discretion to choose and pick which groups to target for further scrutiny. Now, this will give the government the ability, the right, by law, to be able to choose on their will, their own little choices, which protest groups, which native groups, whichever groups they want to just either take away funds, give funds, you know what I mean. They're going to have full control. There's not going to be any say. Even if you have a good cause, if it's something the government doesn't want to agree with, if it's something that's going to cost the government money, they have the full right to shut that down. Now that's your first clue, because in all the great dictators of the world, for every massacre, there is always something. There's always something that's going to give security to the people. Now most people may think, oh, this is fine, because if your cause is good, well then they'll fund it. Yes, and yes, that's true. I agree with you. Except for, what about other causes? You know, our government is not all good. You have to know that. And you can argue all you want, but it's true. If we give them all the power, then we have something like, say, a homeless recovery program, we will not be able to get that funded, because right now, even America especially, are the first ones they're making it illegal to feed and help out homeless people. In fact, a minister, Tin Man did a report about how a minister, two assistants, got arrested for feeding the homeless. Now that's in America, but it's going to start coming to Canada. Believe it. Okay, so the second thing you need to know is that this is going to seriously damper what little freedom of expression we have left. You see, it's not going to take away our ability for free speech, but it's going to allow them to arrest and detain based on what we say. Okay? Anything that draws suspicion, they're going to have the right to detain us. They're going to have the right to arrest us. Not to mention that it's already illegal to wear a mask to a protest. You get up to 10 years for that. It's not that we won't be able to express ourselves still. It's that we will be too afraid to do it. And that's exactly what they want. This is the beginning of martial law. Cut off their funds, cut off their freedom of expression, cut off whatever, and all at the same time give them an illusion of security and hope. Okay, so this is the third thing, and this one is really big to me. Bill C-51 will allow the RCMP, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, to take your personal information from health services and to share that information. What does that mean? It means everything you've told the doctor or health services in confidence is now no longer in confidence. If you go get a blood donation, for example, I went to try to go donate blood some years ago, and I couldn't because I did a test and they had all these drugs on there, and at the time I was pretty heavy into drugs, so I checked them all other things, and I asked the lady, I said, can I get arrested for telling you these things? Oh no, this is confidential. You can't get arrested, no one's going to know about this. What Bill C-51 will do will allow the RCMP to get that information and to arrest me. If I was still doing the drugs, which they'll probably find some excuse anyways. I only smoke pot now, God's gift, so don't get that twisted. That's a really big thing with me. How many other people are super pissed off, but how many other people don't even know that this is going on? They hear the word C-51, they assume it's an anti-terrorist bill. Oh sure, yeah, it's made for anti-terrorism, yeah sure. You know, the same terrorists that are being funded by our governments, it's all part of one big plan, it's all connected. So the fourth thing that you have to know, sorry, the fifth. I guess the first was the oh, never mind. Fifth. Canada currently permits police to arrest and detain people with no warrants, based even if they have no criminal record. Now that's current in Canada. What Bill C-51 will do is lower that threshold even more. So basically, even if you look like a suspect, you can be arrested and detained. Now Canada is a melting pot. I mean, we have all peoples, we love all peoples, we love our foreigners, we love everyone. I'd say, I can't speak for most of Canada, but from people we get along. The police are on a different on a different road, because suspects. What does this mean? This means police can go out and grab a person of dark color, they can grab a person of different religion, background, they can grab me for walking around with a stick with a feather coming out of it. They can hold me up to 3 days with no reason. So think about that. What does that mean? It means you won't even be walking. You'll have to think about what you put on in the morning. You have to rearrange your whole script. You know what I mean? You'll have to pre-plan everything you say, everything you wear, or else you will have a chance of being arrested, and that will be in the back of everyone's minds. Okay, so what else does it do? What else does Bill C-51 do? Now this is the big one. Bill C-51 will give the Canadian Secret Intelligence Service, the CSIS, the power to act as a secret police force. All the rights of a police, while at the same time keeping their secrecy, their secrets. They're allowed to act as an intelligence agency that's off the radar, off the grid. What does that mean? That means our phone calls can be spied on. I mean, if they're not already being spied on. Everything we can do that the intelligence service... See, what you have to understand is the intelligence service, their jobs is to gather intelligence. What's intelligence? Intelligence is any information. Anything. And they could use that as an excuse to tap anything, to listen in on anything. And now what? Bill C-51 gets passed. If they hear something like, even if it's a joke, oh, terrorist or something, they can come and arrest you. Yeah. Now, you may not want to believe these things, but they are real. This is a disgusting and sick thing that's about to happen to our beautiful country here in Canada. No longer will we enjoy our freedoms that so many other countries don't get. Because we are too blinded in our own little happy, peaceful ignorance. Oh, all these things are happening in other countries. They're not going to happen in Canada. Canada is the land of peace and love. Wrong. It will happen in Canada. And Bill C-51 is the beginning. So I beg you to go and say no to Bill C-51. But at the same time, I can tell you that it might be pointless. Because the powers that be are going to use their money. They're going to use whatever source they have, whatever resources to get this bill passed. So I'm going to do this again. One more in a nutshell. Without the paper here. Paper's gone. Bill C-51, what is this allowing to do? It will allow the Canadian government to disrupt and arrest peaceful protesters that don't have permits. Let's say like natives at a logging camp, a peaceful protest. Bill C-51, the government will have the right to arrest all those people without no criminal charge. Bill C-51 will allow the Canadian Secret Intelligence Service, to spy and arrest on their will and whim. They will be their own police force. Bill C-51 will allow the arrest of innocent Canadians based on suspicious activities. What are suspicious activities, you ask? Well, it could be anything from walking down the street to being a different skin color. Yeah. Bill C-51 limits the amount of free speech we already have. It will give the government the right to shut down and arrest based on what we say. So, what is it? Bill C-51 is the beginning of martial law in Canada. I hope you all take the time to listen to this video, to think about the things I've said, because they are true. Do your research. My name is Drummer with the Worldwide Resistance Network. I'm wishing you much love and good luck.